Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this week, as promised, this is all about Pyronix. Okay, a little chit chat. I'll be honest with you, I've not even edited the video yet, so what you're gonna get is what you're gonna get. We'll take it from there. But I've been a bit of a rush. It is Sunday, the day of release. I've not done jack. I've just got the video. I've cut it up into bits. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Here comes the intro. Take care. Bye.
Pyronix have been a manufacturer of security equipment since 1986. We were purchased by Hikvision in 2016 after 30 years in an independent company. We've specialised in intruder for the last sort of 37 years. We've got 4 or 5 facilities across the UK, everything from development of products or suggestion of ideas. We'll talk to guys such as yourselves at events like this, and you'll say, why don't you do this? If enough people say, why don't you, we start looking at it. And we develop a lot of the products that you'll see today. The last sort of 2 years of us kind of putting our heads together, speccing ideas out, breaking things, going back, breaking it again, through COVID in back gardens, all sorts of sort of crazy ideas. Pretty much most of it's developed in Doncaster or somewhere in Winnish, I believe, down here somewhere, as we move the software development office. So we still manufacture, design, do everything ourselves, alongside obviously support by Hikvision. So we're bringing in things like their cameras and other products alongside it as well, and trying to create sort of a holistic security solution. My breath will come back. We try and be a bit different as well, so we don't just look at it as selling you a circuit board in a box. If we do that, we're stuffed. In a similar way, if you just offer an alarm compared to every other competitor that's offering an alarm, it just then becomes down to price. We've got to be different in some way. So the software, the hardware has got to be reliable, that's clear. The features and facts have got to kind of work. Everything's got to balance up, it's got to make sense as a system. But we've got to also help you as a business grow, and that's kind of been a big focus for us at Pyronix, certainly since a little bit before COVID, when things start to go a little bit off the rails. Obviously what we do see at the minute is headline after headline are creating tough times for installers. When we speak to installers, a lot of them are saying that things are working out fairly well, they're busy, but a lot of when we're talking to people about how you're busy, how are you busy? Well, we're catching up on bits, or we're doing bits. What most people would agree with is that sort of incoming inquiries for new business are a bit down compared to sort of pre-2019. So our idea is we've got to sort of drive those up in the first place, so we've got to give you the tools to do that. Similarly, when it comes to actually getting those leads and quoting them, we find the budgets are squeezed. I work with a lot of national home builders and electrical contractors that work with them, and one of the things that's constant is every year they get a letter from the builder saying you've got to squeeze your prices. And every year our prices go up, and the diesel goes up, and the cost of living goes up, and the wages go up. So we've also got to look at that as well. So we've got to reduce our costs, and we've got to make our prices more aggressive. And we've got to work with installers to make sure that where budgets are squeezed, we can offer more value, so the budgets can be expanded again. The decision-making process is slower, there's no doubt about that as well. So we deal with big commercial stuff, university-sized buildings, right down to little domestics. It doesn't matter whereabouts on the process at the minute. If someone's spending money, they're sort of thinking twice and looking at it a little more deeply than they did before. So all this, while your costs are rising, doesn't make things very easy. So from Pyronix, we've got to help. So we took it. Well, I've been with Pyronix for 9 years. We've had Simon downstairs, who's been with us for just about a year now. Before that, I think the shortest term person is about 6 years with us. So we do take it seriously. We do look at business. We love to be here, we love to live and breathe the product, and we have an idea that if we're positive about what we do through lockdown, we put on more webinars than we'd ever done before and did loads of training, and that helps installers make better use of the time. And we look at that seriously and try and work with you guys, believing that regardless of what happens in the world, the positive activity we do will obviously breed positive results. So one of the things we've been doing is putting materials together to help drive inquiries. Some of those bits are the print portal, which has just been released. So we have bespoke created literature for our customers for quite some time. You can now do it yourself. So it's very similar to creating a birthday card or a Mother's Sunday card that's coming up, you can go on, pick our literature, pick the colour, upload your logo, put your details in, and free of charge produce your own PDF that when you're emailing a quote, it's all your information that goes across. So again, that enhances your brand. And similarly, there's a couple of examples there that you can kind of see of local companies that do that. We've also got video campaigns. So literature's one thing, but some of the video stuff that we can put together, we've got some nice snazzy looking TV type commercials that cover things that are emotive to the customer. So it's not just alarms from 699 that's all over Facebook and CCTV systems for £149. All these kind of things is great, but I don't think it really inspires people. It probably scares as many people off. But having something that explains what the system will do for them, that actually makes a difference. So we've provided these, they're all free of charge, you can download them, you can use them, share them, and again we can show you some of them on the stand downstairs. If I can't get this working, then no way I was going to try and do videos. So sales support and training as well. A lot of our customer base are engineers, they're not salesmen. We've obviously got new competitors in our industry such as Ring, Boundary, Simply Safe with big TV campaign budgets. We've got companies like Very Sure who've got sales teams that know nothing about the industry, know nothing about how to fit alarm systems, but they've sales trained, and they do actually sort of have a bit of success in certain areas because they've got some skill set that we haven't got as an industry. So some of the things we've put together, such as quoting forms, sort of options lists, they're something that's a bit different for our industry. I met with a guy yesterday, I was up in Edinburgh yesterday, and a guy had spec'd himself a Jaguar F-Pace, and he'd spec'd a different interior, different wheels. He's telling us a story of how he's got this and he's got that, it's his dream car and he's built all these bits. But when he goes out and quotes an alarm system, he quotes an alarm system at a fixed price, and that's what you get. He doesn't offer an options list. But everywhere else you go in the world, if you can buy a sofa from DFS or why the sales on obviously, or any of these other bits, you can spec, well, like, I want mahogany feature, I want this, so that's going to be another £100, Mr. Customer. So whilst our budgets are being squeezed and people aren't making decisions and the leads aren't coming through, let's make them a bit more valuable as we do and give the customer actually something a bit more tailored. So that's a bit of a different approach we've had, and again, it's had a massive success with our customers. Obviously, the product has to back that up as well. So we've been working more on new devices, and we've created more of a versatile range than many of our competitors. But it does mean, again, whether you look at those competitors, your competitors being the local NSI, SSIB or professional alarm installer, or whether it be the Very Sures, the Rings and the Boundaries, if you go in with the same 2 PIRs and a door contact solution, it becomes a price argument. If you come up with different solutions which will protect the property in a different way, that starts to make the decision about something else. Nearly got breath back. So, Pyronix, we cover every part of the market. So the domestic, retail, office, industrial and agricultural. We go with national companies and universities, big farming sites right down to a 2-bedroom bungalow with a couple of 3 sensors on, everything in between. The ranges of products that we offer are wireless, hybrid or wired. So we can cover anything that you really need, from a takeover to a new installation, big commercial, small domestic. Anything 1 to 280 detectors on a single system, and we can subdivide that system with a newer panel we just brought out now into 99 separate business units. Again, there are very few businesses the size of Debenhams starting up, needing office buildings that are now vacant the size of Debenhams as offices. There are lots of small businesses starting up that those businesses are being chopped into little bits, and you've got the ability to then put a system in which you can chop into 99 little bits now and have 99 separate alarm systems, essentially all part of one system, which again makes your systems more scalable. I peaked too soon with that one. Professional grade 2 and grade 3, so everything that we manufacture and design is designed to exceed the European standards requirements and the UK adaptations of those at grade 2 and grade 3, so they are professional security products. Again, there's a lot of product coming in. The products that you fit, if you're competing against the likes of Very Sure or Simply Safe and Boundary, are insurance accredited, they meet all the requirements. Things like the apps have security on them, so when you open our app up, if I leave my phone unlocked on the side, you can't just pick the phone up and unset my alarm. You need to put my PIN code in. You need biometrics, or you need something else. Whereas again, a lot of the smaller systems for simple installations at the minute are coming out. You just pick the phone up, go into the app, and it's great, it's quick, it's there. But it's not very secure when you look at it. So from that side of things, again, everything is professionally put together. From an accessory point of view, again, whether it's domestics, whether it's commercials, we've obviously got this normal ecosystem of door contacts, shock detectors, PIRs, dual techs. They can be wired, they can be wireless. It's a normal collection of products, but we widened that a few years ago and we started taking video products from Hikvision. Now, obviously the HIC stuff we can't keep up with. The light camera is something that we also rebrand and box ourselves, so I've used that as an image, but it can be MVRs, it can be turrets, it can be anything that's on the HIC platform can go on our system, or we can go onto the HIC Connect platform. So we can give you a completely unified solution when you're offering that to your customer, which again, the boundaries the Simply Safe can't kind of do. One app for everything. External detection, gate contact and other bits that we've kind of added on have all kind of broadened that sort of coverage pattern and given you some sort of verification when it comes to events activated as well. Some of the new products, and really sort of emotive bits of doorbells and battery cameras, which are a bizarre sort of solution for professional people. I was with a guy the other day who makes the CCTV towers for building sites. That's great, you can drop one of those in the centre of a building site and it can see all of this room in essence, but it can't see what's happening where Andy is behind that screen. So inside the house where they've fitted boilers and other bits, it can't see into them if they're breaking in through the back. So we can now deploy some of these battery cameras and just stick them around the sites as well and get alerts, get video as well alongside obviously his professional solution. So it doesn't replace, it augments it, it adds to it. The external gate contact was something really good that we brought out again a few years ago, really low cost, lets you know someone's on the property definitely, and again we can integrate all this sort of stuff, we can turn camera around and do all the bits as well. And finally the vehicle defence device. The car defender, which we're just about to launch a video campaign on, which again is a really nice low cost upsell option. It's going to cost installers about 35 quid plus VAT. If you're already paying £800 for an alarm system and you've got a £25,000 Ford Cougar and you know that cars are being stolen with keyless car theft, would an extra 150 quid on top for protecting that car that's going to take you another 6 months if you order a new one, if you do get the insurance payout and all the rest of it, if you know it's being stolen, you've got much more chance of recovery. So all these different bits have kind of added and given people a, people aren't so bothered now about someone nicking their TV. Going back years ago, they were very expensive, they were 28 inch, now they're 65 inch, not as easy to get away with, to be fair. And if somebody does nick it, you can have Tesco the 300 quid for a new one. It's not as expensive as they were. So the app is the centre of this ecosystem for us. So we do work on the HIC Connect app and we give you integration into all the HIC products, IVMS on PC, you can get alerts from our alarm systems as well. But Home Control 2 is the centre of our universe for us. At the moment you can't bring HIC video into that. Within about 5 or 6 weeks, if you wanted to, this could be the centre of your ecosystem instead of the HIC Connect, and you can go either way at that point, you're free to choose. So it doesn't matter the source of the inquiry, our product, our app can be downloaded completely free of charge and can have some use out of the box. And again, it's a really emotive use. So one of the features that we've added into it is a personal help feature. So to set that up, the customer, when you go out and quote, you can give this app away for free. The customer can download it. We've spoken to friends of ours who've talked to other friends of theirs at schools, and they've got parents downloading it and creating sort of a personal help bubble for their kids and family, and actually help their parents, and other bits have kind of been added in as well. So once they've got that, they're going to press that big red add button, because it's quite an attractive big red add button. When they press it, it's going to take them into what they can add to that system. So when I quoted you an alarm system, I've given you a free personal help alarm for letting me quote you. So you told me your daughter's at school, you told me that your son goes out drinking, you can create your elderly parent goes to the allotment. This is a good idea for you. Obviously nobody's going to bundle me into the back of a van, I don't really need this product, it's too heavy. But for certain customers, you'll find the right customer that's ideal for you. Offer that to them, and they've got a free product from you, at which point you've just gone up in their estimations and quoting compared to the other people. When they go into the ad bit, they can see the range of stuff that you can do. So they can add a security system, they can add a smart device, they can add cameras and doorbells, and they're going to have to see that to set up the personal help alarm as well. The app is all about increasing your revenue as a business. So whether you have got a customer looking to buy a doorbell from you, it pulls them in to have an alarm system. No customer that looks at this realistically is going to kind of not want their alarm as part of this as well. And if it's a 20-year-old Scantronic alarm, no, it can't work. But yes, we can upgrade your alarm system for you and bring that into the app environment. And we can also add your vehicle defender, we can bring that in, and we can then add your cameras, because if someone's messing with your vehicle and you're not there, you really ought to have cameras to see what's happening. So it starts the journey of them getting a bigger security ecosystem. Some alternative products, I know a lot of people fit things like the Ring doorbells, but when you fit the Ring doorbell, that's doing exactly the same. And either we start to take their market share, or they're going to take your market share. So if they're buying a Ring doorbell now, first thing they'll do is go into add, and it's going to offer them security cameras, chimes, letterbox sensors, garage door openers, and other bits. The products that we're using as hooks at the minute, and we launched in December the doorbell, we launched in January the battery camera, are the doorbell and battery camera, the downstairs to have a look at. They do surprise people, A, from the cost of them, B, from the simplicity, and C, from the sort of quality of them. They work really well, the image quality is very, very good, and the usability, sort of the cogs it gets whirring in people's brains when they sort of understand how they work and how easy they are, has done very, very well for us. They form part of the complete system, but they can also be a separate bit as well, standalone in the app. They are really, really simple, there's no need for any cabling, although you can power both of them if you prefer. And it does open up to different types of use of camera products. So if someone's never had CCTV before, particularly in the domestic sector, it might just be that foot in the door to see what value it has, that then pushes them over the limit to have a proper CCTV system alongside it as well. New product, the Car Defender. It's a new concept. It's a vibration and tilt sensor. It fits typically on the steering wheel. There are other uses for it, things like, again, the guy I spoke to last week, they've just, a friend of his had an £8,000 motorbike stolen. So for him to stick that, and he's getting, the bike's in a garage, the garage isn't armed because his house isn't armed, and he's sat at home. And somebody comes down his driveway, rented his garage door up, he didn't know, he was watching TV, and they've walked off down the driveway and wheeled his motorbike away. One of these on the handlebars, it can either set the alarm off, I wouldn't necessarily always advise that in a built-up area, but it alerts and lets me know that someone's messing with something in my garage, and at which point I go out and look. The guys yesterday in Scotland were telling me that golf club thefts are through the roof, and for him that was the big thing for him. Is I've got loads of friends with expensive golf clubs, they'd have one of them with a golf bag straight away. So it doesn't really matter why you use it, it's the fact that your competitors haven't got it and it hooks them into the whole lot. So it's a great foot in the door for you. So vehicle thefts alone, I pulled some data off of DVLA's website. In 2022, 58,082 vehicles were stolen. One of the weirdest bits, I mean, I know that cars get stolen, I know that recession's coming, I know that that's going to boost car thefts, I know catalytic converters on top of that. The theft is incredible. If someone jacks your car up, this is going to vibrate, it's going to tilt, you're going to get an alert someone's nicking your catalytic converter as well. If it's tools in your van, this can be removed from its package or left on its package. They can be mounted to the back doors or side door of your van, and again you get an alert someone's breaking your van before the tools are gone, which again is quite handy for people in our industry. Most of it, I know, is related to relay theft or keyless car theft, but also keys are still being stolen from people's houses. People are breaking in for wallets and keys, not for tellies and PlayStations anymore. It's changed. So we need to react as an industry to that. Only 28% of vehicles were recovered. Now I looked at data from this, and in 2006 it was far, far higher. It was sort of 80–90%. Because people don't know the cars are being stolen now, whereas in sort of 2006 they did. Nowadays you wake up in the morning and your Range Rover's disappeared. And it happened without your knowledge, and someone's been downstairs or someone's taken the keys. People again don't set alarm systems, or the keyless entry theft is irrelevant if they do, because they're not protecting that vehicle. So that is a real sort of wake-up call for us, because if we get the alert at 2 in the morning when somebody moves that steering wheel, we get straight onto the police, we watch the car drive down the road, they get on NPR, they've got half a chance of getting it. If you'll tell them 6 or 8 hours later, they've got no chance of getting it. So it's a simple, it's different, and it's an emotive upsell. People love their cars, people love their houses and their property and their golf clubs, as the guy yesterday did. So it's something which makes them make that decision, and again makes the decision to have a system easier. What surprised us, I mean, I quoted Range Rovers there, and Range Rovers are the second most stolen car. But people think, well, yeah, if you've got a Jaguar F-Type, it's probably the most stolen car, and people are going to be after Aston Martins and things. But the most stolen car in 2022, according to DVLA, was a Ford Fiesta. The third most stolen was a Ford Focus. Not good for Ford. Fourth was Golf. Discoveries, again, Range Rovers and Discoveries, really high value 4x4s. They send them on containers overseas. But a Vauxhall Corsa, a Vauxhall Astra, a C-Class, an A3, an EcoSport. I mean, who's going to steal a Ford EcoSport, honestly? Who's going to buy one? And then you've got Polos and Qashqais and Cougs and Yaris. Now, I'm quite smug because I drive a 3 Series and BMW one on there, so I'm lucky. And in fairness, no one would steal my car. So that kind of covers that. Hopefully we're all happy with that bit. We have got some other developments as well. So as a manufacturer, we're always trying to push boundaries. One of the systems that we have, we've been doing this since 1986, the current Enforcer, which is our most popular selling product by a mile, the domestic system that we do, or small retail and commercials as well. we have had out now for 12 or 14 years. My colleague Gary at the back's been selling it since he was young. So we've been selling that for years, and whilst we've evolved and it's adapted, we've got to look at, again, a new generation forward. So the 280 is the start of that generation. We always start big and bring the systems down because we've then got the most capable system, and we can turn bits off, but we've got the capable hardware driving it, rather than trying to stretch a little system to do bigger stuff. So the 280 is being released at the moment, and the 280 does give us a Linux-based panel. That Linux-based panel's got more capability, and we can expand the zone count and the area count as much as we like. Now the menu structure's in there, and the menus, for those that have used us before, are exactly the same. We've just tweaked a few bits and relabeled slightly, so there's some adaptations that have got rid of some frustration that our existing customers were upset with GUIs. We've improved, but the GUI in its sort of main form is the same. We've got widespread communication options, and we've also got, which we can demonstrate downstairs, something called Insite Pro Local and Insite Pro Cloud. It offers us a hotspot mode if you've got no infrastructure on site, so if there's no networking whatsoever, you can stick a Wi-Fi board in, it creates a hotspot, a router by itself. You connect your laptop or iPad to the panel's Wi-Fi hotspot and then can fully configure it through your tablet or laptop without any software or anything, or network infrastructure. So if you are doing a new build, network's not in, you can still get going using this sort of software. And it gives full over-the-air update integration as well, so you can update any software if we bring new features and functions out going forward. So a bit of an overview of Insite Pro. So Insite Pro, really nice, pretty software, very simple. The menu tree of the panel, if you're familiar with panels and keypads, are down the left-hand side, and clicking onto zones as an example takes you into the list of zones, and you can edit those, change them, do the types, etc. But we've also got loads of wizard bits in. So once you power the system up, you tell it to go off and find all the expanders and bits and keypads and set them up for you. And you tell it to find any zones, and anything where you've terminated a detector in is found and switched on and enabled ready. So all I've got to do then is label it. And if I'm at school, I can power a system up, I can go and sit outside in my van, I don't have to get kicked out because the classes are now in and I can't get back in till 3 o'clock. I can still program it as long as I'm on their Wi-Fi. If it's LAN, if it's Insite Pro Cloud, I can do it wherever I am. That panel's finished, it's about to be launched, and it spurs off our second panel, which is mid-spec, and the mid-spec will be for anything for domestics right up to 128 retail and commercial. It is a polycarb panel, and the reason it's polycarb, it's the first one we've done for a hell of a long time, is because we've got LAN built in, which obviously doesn't need polycarb, but we've got the Wi-Fi built on board, so it doesn't matter if you take it to a venue like this where it's going in a comms cupboard, you plug the LAN in. If you're taking it to a venue like my house and my airing cupboard, use the Wi-Fi. Nice and simple, it doesn't matter which job you go to, easy. You can also put GPRS in, that multipath communications built in, but it's also got our wireless receiver built on, so it's 8 zones as standard wired and 32 wireless zones built in, so you've got this flexibility that you can turn up and the customer wants some wireless, some wired, or all wired, but then you find a cable damage, you've just got that flexibility, it's built in, and we've reduced the cost by doing so, which is the great news for you guys. You're getting something you're not paying for. That's it from me. We've got the panels downstairs. We will be talking to you in October time when you next do these rounds, and we'll hopefully be updating on the next generation Enforcer, because that's the next bit we're developing at the minute. Has anybody got any questions as yet? Okay, I apologise for the rush and also the stop at the start, and it probably was more disappointing after you waited a lot of time, but thank you very much for your attention, everybody.
Well, that was riveting stuff, wasn't it? Oh, come on, it's got to be better than that gent stuff I keep putting on here. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that. There's, you know, not much to say about it. There's some nice stuff coming out. I think it's the Car Defender, I think it is. I like that. I might actually have a bash of that, see what it's like. I'll do a little review on it coming soon. Hope this, you know, helpful kind of thing. There's, as I mentioned last week, there's a third part. I don't think I'll do that third part. I forgot to send the video to be edited by Hick to get a chance to do, you know, to say what they can and can't say. So I ain't got the time to interact right now. So we're not going to worry about third part next week. Back to gent. Yes, you love that gent stuff. I know you do. Don't deny it. But unless something better comes along. I'm always looking for something better. Come on, guys. You know, this is, I know I say it's Go2 Security YouTube, but if you've got some suggestions or you want anything, you know, mention it, you know, bring it up in the comments below. I've picked up from a friend, my mate Jono from Halo Security. He's given me a lot of his crap. So I'm going to hopefully build some of that stuff up and put it onto a board and then see how to default the panels, and I'll show you how to do it. Now there will be I'm not going to say Discord because that's not right. I might make it a WhatsApp channel. I don't know exactly yet. And that's how to default certain panels back into engineer mode to make life in. And it will be only engineers. Okay. So it'll be like a private channel on the YouTube channel for engineers only. And basically so they can, you know, have a look. But you've got to register with us. It doesn't cost you a penny or anything like that. I'm not one of these. I do this for all shits and giggles. I am not here to make money because I can't see me ever making money. I mean, I've got, I don't know. I'll get about 4,000 watch hours so far, maybe. I don't know. I don't looked at the info on it kind of thing to find out. And I've definitely got not enough subscribers. So if you know anybody, get them to log in. And they might actually pay me a couple of pennies a week. I don't know. But yes, so that's one of the things I'm looking at doing in the near future. So I'll work something out on that. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. One of these days I'm going to work out how to do that on the bottom of the page. Ring my bell, because you know I love my bell being rang. And what else? I'll leave a comment below, which I've already mentioned. So anyway, guys, take care and don't do anything I wouldn't.